Hey guys, what's up? It's the Rookie Revolution, back with my next installment of my What If series. I have some really cool ones to go over today, but first, for those of you who do not know how or what a what if is, it's basically looking at a situation and making a hypothetical scenario. Like, what if Jordan didn't flip all the kill cards on free agents? Does he win the season? And how would it have been different in the long run? This is the 5th part of the series, so the playlist with the other parts are in the description. But without further ado, let's get right into it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take the money and run, TJ.
I'll win every fight.
Rookie Revolution.
This is a game!
So the first what if we have today is a loaded one. So on Cutthroat, the format was 3 teams. And how the teams were formed is by the 3 team captains in Camilla, Siobhan, and Emily with 3 E's. And they drafted the members of their teams respectively. I have 2 problems with this. 1. The 3 of them were last place on the race to the gulag, and they got rewarded for that.
You just asked the crappiest people to create teams. This is absolutely insane.
2. It wasn't a snake draft, which I will explain in a second. The first what if is, what if the 3 guys who arrived first to the gulag on Cutthroat got to pick the teams instead of the 3 last place finishers? The 3 first place men in order were Vinny, I don't know how either, Tyler, and Abe. I think these 3 should have been the team captains, as it just makes more sense. I will be redrafting the teams with these 3 as our captains. Vinny is leading red, Tyler is leading gray, and Abe is leading blue. I will also be doing a snake draft as mentioned earlier, so what this means is basically when Vinny picks first, Tyler goes next, and then Abe. But on the second round of pickings, Abram goes first, Tyler goes second, and Vinny goes third, and so on and so forth. So just opposite order each round to keep it way more fair. Hopefully that made sense. So with all of that said, let's get our redraft started.
First round picks.
So Vinny has the first pick of the draft, and out of everyone, I can see him picking Sarah. It doesn't matter that there might be other better females available. Vinny will go with what he knows, and he knows Sarah, as they were partners on Fresh Meat 2. Vinny respects Sarah, and I think that this is the most realistic scenario for his first pick. Tyler has a second pick, and considering how close he was with Paula at this point, and they go all the way back to the real world Key West, I really do not see him picking anyone else before her. And then Abram goes last in the first round. Abram really doesn't have a basis to use for this pick. It came down between Laurel and Jen for me, since Jen was on his team on the Inferno 3. He's mentioned a few times on this season that he knows Laurel's reputation of being a good competitor and how she did on Fresh Meat 2, so I think he will see her and be confident enough for her to be his first pick.
I was expecting big things from you. You've got this big reputation.
Second round picks.
Because of the snake draft, we automatically go back to Abram, and he gets to pick again. Now, I found Abram's guy pick to be cut and dry Derek. Abram respects Derek a whole lot and always wants to compete with him or against him.
I want to wrestle Derek.
They have always been friends and have been on the same team a lot over the years, so I would be absolutely shocked if Abram didn't pick Derek first. For Tyler's second pick, especially with Paula being up there with him, I completely see them picking Bananas. Again, they all go way back from the real world Key West, and Bananas was coming off 2 straight wins. This provides a very interesting dynamic and changes a lot in the season, which I will go over later. And with Vinny's first male pick, I see Sarah pushing him in the direction of Brad, since he's a strong guy and Sarah and him were on the Challengers team of the Ruins.
Third round picks.
For Vinny's third round pick, it was very easy to judge that Brad would pretty much force him to pick Tori. I don't really see any way around that. Tyler / the Grey team picks next, and I think it would have had to be Jen. They are all friends with each other and have always been allies, so it's the logical move. Next with Abram, I see Abram picking more with potential over status with the remaining woman. And everyone saw Emily's potential. So with everyone left, I see him and his team picking Emily.
4th round picks.
Going back to Abram, I have a few reasons to believe he would have chosen Dunbar next. Now, still at this point, everyone thought Dunbar was a really good competitor and everyone just had such high hopes for him. Second, Abram left Dunbar as key on the island after he left, showing that he thinks Dunbar is a capable guy.
I would like to give it to somebody who's going to be able to take a team over there. I'm giving it to Dunbar. He trusts me to take people to that island.
That, to me at least, shows he would pick Dunbar. Tyler then listens to Johnny and picks Ty because Johnny was gassing Ty up all season and thought he had a lot of potential.
Cool off your dome, brother.
And then Vinny would pick Brandon. Listen, Vinny would know Brandon is a great athlete from the Fresh Meat 2 Combine, and I think he would pick a fellow Fresh Meat. And Sarah and everyone would agree. Brandon is super underrated anyways.
5th round pick.
Like last round, I think with the Fresh Meat connection, Teresa would be picked next. Tyler's next pick is Camilla, and the reason why is because she won Spring Break Challenge, and Paula was there to see her and see her win, so I really think that would have gotten her the pick. Now with Abram, you are probably thinking that he has to pick Cara, but I just don't think Abram is looking at who he thinks is attractive, and with all the people left to choose from, no way Laurel just lets him pick Cara before someone like Aya, which is who they pick.
6th round pick.
Back to blue team, Abram I am positive snatches Dan up because they are friends, but also because everyone respected his military days and his road rules performance. I think of all the options left, blue team agrees on Luke. And for red, I see Sarah pushing hard for Chet at that time, and the rest just eventually agree.
7th round picks.
Finally, Tori convinces her team that Melinda should be the next pick, which she is. And Gray team, after lots of deliberation, decide to take Cara Maria, which changes a lot in the season as well, and I will go over that very soon. And blue team is stuck between Katie and Mandy, but pick Mandy in the end due to potential.
8th round pick.
I think Io would vouch for Derek, being from the same real world, and he is the best option left. Gray team for sure picks JD. Paula still has PTSD from the accident from Easy.
There's nothing we can do. We're gonna finish this race for you, alright?
And that means Red is stuck with Big Easy. He is automatically on their team.
Last round picks.
Going back to Red, they pick Katie, which means Katie is no longer the final pick, which she never should have been in the first place. Gray goes with Emily over Siobhan for a similar reason as Easy. They just do not want another Bongos fiasco.
I think I popped my plan.
Which means Blue gets Siobhan automatically. All they need to hope for is that she doesn't fear water after the dinosaur egg accident. So here is the new Red team. Here is the new Gray team. And here is the new blue team. And here is the draft order and all the teams in a list format. I'm not going to be doing a full season breakdown in this video, but I want to highlight the major stuff that would change. First, Abram and Cara Maria are not on the same team. Now, I personally think they would still get together, but the whole political side of it would have been on a way lesser scale. Maybe similar to Bananas and Camilla, politically. Laurel and Cara are also not on the same team, which takes away the biggest rivalry of the season. It's just crazy to think about how their dynamic could have been if they weren't tied to each other this season. And the last major change is that Bananas and Tyler could not go against each other since they were on the same team, which means a way lesser possibility for Bananas' backpack. There's still a possibility it could happen, but it would have been on a much lesser scale most likely. That is my cutthroat redraft, and like I said, I won't go through the whole season in this video, but comment down below your predictions and let me know if you do want me to do a full season breakdown. So the next what if we have today is what if Rogan's back never gave out on the opening purge of Vendettas? Thank you to Ryan Manio and Paul Gunn for this suggestion. So on Vendettas, the challengers arrived to location and right away had to do a crazy mini final. where you had to run up the Rock of Gibraltar. The last 2 to finish were automatically eliminated. Now, this was a lot to do, especially just coming off of a plane ride and most of them being hungover. Well, here we get to Rogan. This was Rogan's first season, and when he was racing up, he knew something was wrong. His back gave out due to complications of a recent surgery, and he pretty much just couldn't do it anymore.
I'm trying to convince myself I'm okay, but I'm not okay.
This begs the question, if Rogan was in full health, who would have been eliminated? Well, the answer is surprisingly Johnny Bananas. Bananas did, to be blunt, really bad in this purge, and the only reason he stayed was because of Rogan's injury. Now, I don't know if this is because he was hungover, or he just didn't try once he saw Rogan, or his age was just catching up to him. But it's crazy to think that Bananas would have been purged.
Is he an old man? Can't play this game anymore?
So in this scenario, he was. Bananas is purged and Rogan made it in the house. Now, it's impossible to predict how Rogan would have done throughout the whole game, but I see 3 major things changing. 1. Bananas and Tony never start a rivalry, which means no betrayal and they are not partners on Final Reckoning. 2. Devin and Bananas would not have went up against each other in elimination, so the whole Devin vs Bananas storyline would have been pretty much non-existent. And finally, Joss has a stable ally in the house, which might mean depending on how Rogan performed in the dailies, there could have never been a Derek vs Joss elimination. But pretty much the biggest thing that would have happened is that we wouldn't have gotten Bananas on Vendettas.
Thank you for dying on this mountain. I owe you one, buddy.
I was going to do a huge third one, but I think it deserves its own standalone video potentially. So when I tell you we got some amazing what ifs, hold on to your horses. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at RookieRevo, link in the description. And until next time, take care.